Next story I want to go through is California. New California regulation requires insurance companies to offer coverage in high-risk areas. This is very problematic, guys. It sounds like a noble thing the state is doing. Again, they're making a mistake that's going to end up hurting citizens. Let me read this to you. California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara announced a new regulation requiring insurers to offer coverage in wildfire-prone areas, mandating companies write policies covering 85% of their statewide market share in high-risk regions with 5% increments every 2 years. Laura called it a historic moment for California, stating Californians deserve a reliable insurance market that doesn't retreat from communities most vulnerable to wildfires and climate change. Yeah, okay, you think you're going to make that decision? You definitely don't understand capitalism. To prevent model shopping, insurance must use a single pricing model for consumers and reinsurance under the regulation. Laura explained the reform balances protecting consumers with the need to strengthen our market against climate risks, ensuring in-state consumers are not impacted by insurance costs for other high-risk areas like the Gulf Coast. Tom, I got thoughts on this, but I'm going to come to you first. Go for it.
So I'm going to get a little technical, but I'm going to do it in a way that people understand. Here's what they're saying. Hi, Vinny. You're the CEO of an insurance company.
Hi, Tom.
You insure a lot of people for their homes here in California, don't you?
Yes.
We've noticed that you have done very well, State Farm.
Thank you.
And you have 22% coverage, market share of insuring homes in California.
Thank you.
Yes, you do. Well, our new law says that 85% of the 22%, which is about, call it 16%, you have to take 16% of the high-risk policies in the wildlife areas, and you're in wildfire areas. And then you say, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was just saying,
I've done underwriting there, and I don't want to insure those houses. I'd have to raise prices on the other people that I insure. Why are you forcing me to do this? Well, because otherwise those people in those wildfire areas wouldn't have coverage. And you're like, that's not my fault. I've gone to the insurance commission. I have a license to do business in California. Why are you making this my fault? Guess what? You know what the wildfire cause is? Two key causes of the wildfire nobody wants to talk about. Number one, it was poor maintenance of the forestry edge areas where there's inhabited areas. Inhabited areas, why are they inhabited? Because they were given building permits by the state of California, by the countries, by the cities. So you built a cabin. Can I build a cabin here? Yeah, here's your permit. You built a cabin. Yeah. But there's been poor maintenance of the edge of the forestry and poor maintenance of PG&E equipment. Most of the fires that were up there were not random strikes of lightning or things. It was PG&E equipment sparking, old equipment sparking, poor maintenance and trimming of the forestry areas, leading to wildfires that took out small communities like that we've heard about over the last 5 years.
Tom?
But this is what they're doing. 85% of whatever your market share is, that's the percent of the policies you have to take in these regions. You know what that's going to lead you to do? Well, then I only want to have 5% market share in California, so I can only have a very small share of the policies in these wildfire areas. I'm sorry. I'm going to do that, or I'm out of here.
I was just going to say, I'm
going to leave California,
of course,
which screws the other people in California who are getting it. And they call it model shopping. It's not model shopping. That's a word being used by the government to make it sound like the insurance companies are bad. It's not model shopping when they say, according to our underwriting, and underwriting is nothing more than looking at a large group of homes in the same area and deciding what you're going to do. And so now you've got this. And who's doing this? The California Insurance Commissioner, Ricardo Lara, because he has a problem. And you know what the problem is? People are trying to find insurance, and they're coming to the insurance commissioner saying, hey, up here where I live in this area, I can't get insurance. You're the insurance commissioner. Isn't your job to make sure insurance is available to Californians? Bingo. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to force it rather than go upstream to the problem and saying, why are there wildfires? Why have there been wildfires? What is the state's responsibility to keep the people safe? Bingo.
Wow. Okay.
So let me explain in a different way, and then I'll go and read this over to you on what has happened in California. So I Googled homeowners insurers leaving California. That's what I Googled. This is what came up for me. Many homeowners insurance companies are leaving California or reducing. State Farm announced March of 2023 that it would stop accepting new applications for homeowners insurance in California. And it also announced in summer of 2023 that it would drop, Vinny, thousands of California policies drop. Meaning, you have homeowners insurance with us, guess what? We're dropping it.
You call me, like the insurance company goes, yo, we're done with
They
you?
can do that.
What?
Yeah, Allstate.
At the end of your next policy, we will not
We're out.
renew. Have
That's
a nice
right.
day.
Allstate announced in November of 2022 that it would pause new policies for homeowners, condos, and commercial properties in California. So far, do you know State Farm? You've heard of them?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Allstate?
Yes.
They're leaving California. Let me read the next one to you here.
Jeez.
Okay, Farmers Insurance announced that it would cap its homeowners coverage policies each month. Other insurance companies that have reduced coverage in California, AIG and Chubb. You know, one day I get a picture sent to me from Chubb, drop on my boat insurance. You know why? Because I was the captain manning the boat by myself, and Chubb said, no, we're not insuring you. You're not a licensed captain. I could in the state of Florida, but Chubb said, no, we're not going to insure you. What's the point there? Did they do the right thing?
Chubb?
Dropping the insurance for the boat that they were protecting for a man who's not an experienced
Yes.
captain. Did Chubb do the right
should,
thing?
yeah.
Would you do the same thing?
What do you mean? Of course, if I was an
Why-
insurance
why
company.
would you do it?
Because you are more, if you're not the captain, the certified captain, then it's a more risk of you crashing the damn thing.
Why would you want to risk the money to protect me if I don't know what I'm doing?
That's what I'm saying.
And
So,
it's a
okay,
large boat with
now-
a lot of people on it.
Oh,
It could be
hell
hurt.
no.
Watch
Yeah.
what this company. There are then insurance companies that will insure you based on the collective health of all the employees at the company.
Okay.
So, for example, let me give you an idea. Say company's got 1,000 employees. The average weight of this company and height is 5'9", 250 pounds.
Fat
Okay.
people.
Well, and they're not healthy. They don't take care of themselves. But you are super fit. You don't drink. You don't overeat. You take care of yourself. You exercise 5 days a week. You're the healthiest. Is your premium going to be less or more?
More.
Is your premium more because of you or because of your coworkers?
My
Because of them.
coworkers.
Exactly. That's how this works. In the state of California right now, what this guy is saying is, we don't care. Whether you insurance companies are going to lose money or not in these areas, you better insure them or else. And this is a big victory for California. Watch how many more insurance companies are going to leave California. And by the way, you can't close your house unless you have homeowners insurance.
Oh, man.
So here's how it works. Here's how it works. The way it works is the following. Insurance company is going to sit there and say, at $8,000 on this house, we're losing money. Okay, what should we do? $13,000. But $13,000 for them is a difference between 8 and 13. What's the difference? $5,000.
$5,000.
What's $5,000 divided by 12 months?
$5,000.
$400 a month, right?
Yep.
That $400 a month, is that a lot of money to an average American trying to buy a house?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
And you know what they say? You know what? I'm not buying a house.
Sure.
That's what's going on. So what they're doing is they're indirectly hurting realtors in the state of California from being able to buy a house because some I don't know what the percentage was, 7% of people back out of buying their house because of homeowners insurance. So they're going all the way to the process of buying a house, 7%. It's like 1 out of 14 say, I'm out, I'm not buying this house. Purely because of homeowners insurance. This is a challenge California is going to be facing. What's the number? Oh, I'm sorry. I gave the number.
Well, this is Florida. It says 11.9%. I'm looking for
But what does it say for Florida?
11.9% of homeowners.
By the way, I believe that as well because it's 2 states that are experiencing this. It's California and it's Florida. Okay, and they both, the only difference is Florida's allowing you to compete. There it is. Look at that number right there. I said 7%. It's 7%. According to 2023 survey, California Association of Real, 7% of real estate deals in California fell through because buyers couldn't find affordable homeowners insurance. This is double the rate from the previous year. Double the rate from the previous year. This is such a terrible policy. When somebody doesn't understand capitalism and competition, politicians specifically, and they make policies like this thinking they help people, watch how many stories we're going to hear about in 2025 about homeowners insurance. Adam, I'll come to you last and we'll go to the next
well,
story.
it's funny that you said that how many stories we're going to see in 2025. Let's talk about how many stories I actually looked at and I saved on my phone from 2024. So we all know that I've sort of taken a blue ocean strategy in my life. I haven't bought a house. I've played the stock market, bought crypto. I buy REITs when I want to invest in real estate. But look what's going on with the insurance and the housing market right now. Rob, you have those articles I sent you? Here's an article in the Wall Street Journal just earlier this week. Insurance and taxes now cost more than mortgages for many homeowners. I remember when I went to go move into an apartment in 2018 in Miami. I lived downtown, right next to your favorite building with the Heights. I know you love the Heights, PBD. And I moved in, and I looking at the unit, sick unit, amazing. I go, yeah, how much is the rent? $4,000 a month. All right, cool. If I wanted to buy this, and by the way, this is when interest rates were much lower. What were they in 2018? 2-3%?
3%.
I said, with the taxes, expected maintenance, right? HOA fees, and homeowners insurance, what will my monthly payment be? You know what they said? $8,000. I said, hold on. I could rent it for $4,000, or I could buy it for $8,000. Tell me why I should buy this. The realtor who's trying to sell it to my boy, he's like, look, bro, you should probably just rent. So what I did was just rent and then take that additional $4,000, bought stocks, bought crypto, boom, that's skyrocketed. Great. Obviously, the housing has gone up as well. I said, this math ain't making sense. So then, all right, homeowners insurance. Rob, if you scroll down to that article right there, keep going down. There's a graph right there. The share of average mortgage payment going to taxes and insurance has increased exponentially. Is this that article?
No,
Rob?
that's not. It's the same article.
Insurance and taxes.
Yeah, go a little.
Yeah, right there.
Right there, yeah.
So 10 years ago, it was almost 29% of your average share of payment. Now it's approaching 33%. So you said, hey, is that extra $400? Does that mean a lot to the average American?
Money to the average person.
That's 4%.
It's a lot
on
of money.
A $500,000 house.
Oh, no question.
So
about
Rob, and then I won't belabor the point, but go to the other articles I sent you. These are just the headlines. Okay. Boomers are buying houses, had it bad in the 80s. Millennials have it worse today. So the housing market is as expensive as all time. Interest rates are obviously not going down, even though when they cut the interest rates, didn't they expect the mortgage rates to go down? They didn't really go down. And then what's the other one I sent you? Young Americans are getting left behind by rising home prices and higher stocks. So if you're the average 25-year-old, 30-year-old, PBD, shout out to Manect, because I truly believe that Manect is changing lives with a multitude of different things. The most common thing I get is personal finance questions. Hey, man, I know you're sort of the money guy. Let me ask you a question about this. Let me ask you a question that you have no idea how many 20-somethings that are not married, no kids, they go, yeah, I'm thinking about buying a house. I'm thinking about getting into real estate. I go, why? And I ask them, is now a good time to buy or a bad time to buy? They're like, I don't know. Everyone tells me I should buy. Right? Because the Realtors Association have done a great job of saying, if you rent, you're throwing away money. Not really. It's only throwing away money if you don't take that additional $4,000, like I did in that instance, and put that into an appreciating asset. So a lot of young people are going to be faced with a lot of difficult decisions, and the decisions that their parents made or their grandparents made, like, yeah, buy a house, get a mortgage. Listen, bro, I firmly believe, firmly believe, if you don't have kids, if you're not married, if you're not worried about school districts, don't worry about getting a mortgage right now. How many years did Vinny be like, is now a good time to buy? Is now a good time to buy?
All 3 years I've been here.
It was not a good time to buy.
Still
and
not.
Look at you now. You're an investor. You're killing it.
Thank you.
But the point is this. Is it easier or harder to become a homeowner these days?
Hard as
with these
hell.
costs. So
Especially in California.
What's the definition of crazy? Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results.
If you're single and you don't have a lot of responsibilities, yes, makes sense. I even wrote
I remember the Denver Post. I love that article.
And interviewed and said, you don't own a house? No, I only rent. Why? Because I take the money I put on my businesses. However, is that the one, Rob? Yeah. How long? This is
2015,
a long time ago.
I want to say.
What
When
year
was
is
that?
this?
It says 2016,
Oh,
April
wow.
28th.
It's a long time ago.
But listen,
Yeah.
one thing I got to tell you, PBD, I know that you got amazing suits. I know you got it going on. You got to respect the orange shirt and the bell
I
bottoms.
love the pants.
Those are true religion. Those are true
Are you
religion.
kidding me? By the way, that's where Tico used to go and play in the dirt all the
Get
time.
out.
Oh, that's
Here.
it?
Yeah, he just loved to do that.
How much money were you making at the time?
For me, I'm not taking money off the table. I'm purely, I haven't even raised money yet. We raised the first $10 million in 2017. At that time, we've only raised $1 million. No, for me, it was about putting money into the business that was growing. Equity. No equity grows faster for me. Like even when Michael Saylor was here the other day, and he's talking about here's what Bitcoin's growing at 49%, 42%, 29%. That's great. Our equity is growing faster than what Bitcoin is. So if your money that you're growing into your own business grows faster than any investment, I'm not going to go out there and do anything else. I mean, at that point, everything I'm making, I'm putting it back into the insurance company, eventually sell the insurance company for $250 million. That's the rate of return. But that's not neither are you the average person, neither am I the average person. The average person has a different story. The average person is trying to have a wife and 2 kids and stable in a place, in a house, and find a way that they can have a mortgage payment, and maybe the property value doubles in 7 years or maybe 10 years, and then they take the equity and buy a different property. And that's what the average person is thinking about.
Yeah, but I have one quick counter argument.
Yeah.
The average person in America is broke. 2/3 of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
So if you continue to do today what the average person does and get a mortgage at 7% and try to make a down payment and pay your maintenance, insurance,
I want to go away from this story.
I'm just saying the average person is broke.
I got it. No, the average person, for sure, makes sense. All I'm saying to you is the story is not applicable to everybody. A person living in California right now who is thinking about buying a house, your policies suck, period. They don't favor you in the state of California. In some states, it makes sense because there's people coming in, so demand's going to go higher. How many people are moving to the net move to California is not what it used to be. It's not. And the people that are moving to California are moving there for the dream. And nowadays, you don't have to go to California to go into Hollywood. You can do it from Austin.
Sure.
You can do it from Atlanta. You can do it from anywhere. You can nowadays cast and do your, audition over Zoom.
Yeah.
You can do camera, video, and send it to them. So it's a different game. Vinny's got an announcement for you guys. A new product is out for all the angry patriots out there. Go ahead, Vinny.
Well, we've been waiting for it for a while. We did a couple test runs, but boom, Angry Patriot, future looks bright on the side, and we got the American flag in black and white. And guys, this isn't like the normal, what are the ones that we have, Pat, that are like more golf? This is more of a flat brim. I mean, it still bends and it looks sick, and yeah, they're out. So if you want to rock the Angry Patriots, boom, Rob, link.
American flag on the side,
the
future looks bright on the other side.
On the side, nothing. The back is just regular, but it's like a 59.9. It's a sick hat.
This will go fast, guys. So if you want an Angry Patriot hat, go place the order. If you love Vinny, place the order of the hat.
Yahtzee.
Okay. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.